Yeah, I think that this is just my light infantry fighting, so the heavies must still be in the reserve. Aw. The supply train's fighting. Indomitable! The sturdiness and unwavering resolve of Publius Cornelius Barbatus has become a thing of legend. We are beginning to think that nothing can break him. Oh man, this guy is amazing. He's a polymath. Polymath. Zeal -1. Statesmanship goes up by 0.2, which is really good, because it means he's going to take to matters of state much more quickly. Great Wonder, Completion Prestige, Research if he's a governor, Research if he's a ruler, which he is. He's humble. He has no reason to be humble, but he is. +1 Charisma, -1 Attraction as Heir, Freeman, Great Wonder Construction, monthly bonus to Conviction, monthly Traditionalist Conviction. Oh, sorry, monthly boni, not bonus. Freeman output, tribute income. So tributes don't like him. Good-natured, has an extra friend. Boni and democratic conviction. Loyalty +5. Subject opinion goes up if he's a ruler. And he's prominent. Where's indomitable? Prominence +30. Senate influence, attraction is Heir, Great Wonder construction, optimates and oligarchs, and then if he's a governor he gets more commerce. So he would have been a really good governor, but he's a consul, so he's a ruler. I'm not seeing indomitable. Dire gambling loss. Well, that's not good. Or maybe he hasn't got it yet because I hadn't pressed the button. That's why. Steadfast. Not indomitable, but steadfast. Martial +1, loyalty +5. Effective commander, heavy infantry and war elephant discipline. He has heavy infantry. He is one of the commanders. Okay, what else can we be building? So we could go and try and get another port here in Ostia, which I think I'm going to do. We're just going to have Ostia as just this giant port. And we probably also want to keep Capua upgrading, though we don't have the money for it right now. How am I enjoying 2.0 so far? I like it. It's still a little early to say, like, this is amazing or this is terrible, but it's not shouting at me that this is terrible. So, yeah. Knight69, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Crouchy LP, thank you very much for the 2-month resubscription with Prime. Very much appreciate that. Thank you. Interface is so much better. Yeah, I'd agree with you there. The old one was horrible. So, am I suffering attrition, or am I just losing resources? How does this work? Where is my supply? My supply is here, 172. Goes down by 7. So no, I don't think I'm... suffering attrition. Hard to say. Oh yes, and our military experience is rising quite nicely because of all the conflict that we have been involved in. You guys have pretty much recovered. My gosh, you ran away a long bloody way. And you're disloyal again, aren't you? I can tell, because you're just moving on your own. Yep. We really need to do something about this Joker. Scandalous Dominus! While the occasionally rakish and louche tendencies of Lucius Papirius Cursor are well known throughout the upper circles of Roma, no one was quite prepared for the appalling slew of allegations levelled at him of late. There are growing rumours of terrible indecencies perpetuated on slaves at the debauched gatherings honouring Bacchus, where Lucius and his lewd entourage exhibit and debase their latest acquisitions in the Amphora of Veii. Lucius denies everything in the most stringent terms, claiming the tales to be lies engineered by his political opponents. Oh, this is our Praefectus Militarius. He's actually one of the most powerful people in the realm. We don't want to piss him off. I actually like him. So he gets kicked out. We're not kicking him out. He is like one of the most effective people we've got. A token inquiry would be sufficient. Or honestly, why waste our time on this? So Barbatus gains corruption. He gains loyalty. And slaves don't like it. No, we'll just do a token inquiry. That'll do. Civil War in 20 months. I kind of want the Civil War to kick off because it's just going to be us against this guy. And honestly, we just need to kick them out. While the investigation into Lucius Papyrus Cursor is mainly intended as a symbolic gesture to ease tensions, it is clear after some preliminary groundwork by jurists that the accused is essentially guilty beyond all doubt. It is a minor miracle that this did not come to light sooner. The unspeakable going on at Papyrus Villa scarcely bear thinking about. We'll just have to see what happens. Clearly this is some sort of smear campaign. So Barbatus loses some popularity, but we're going to win this war. He'll get it back. Clearly some sort of smear campaign. I'll look into it, but also not really. 35% chance of this winning. Scandal draws to a close. A full and fair inquiry into the allegations against Lucius Papyrus Cursor has found that many of the litigants and witnesses who came forward were merely liars out to defame the good character of a respected citizen. The court was satisfied that the pertinence of certain documents and testimonies destroyed due to a leaky roof were of little importance to the case as a whole, and have confirmed the full exoneration of Lucius of any wrongdoing in the eyes of the state. So Cursor is now friends with Barbatus. Barbatus loses popularity, but he'll get it back again. Cursor is now super loyal. I wonder, can we... bring him into the family? Because he is not associated with one of the great families, and he is very, very good. No, it doesn't look like he can adopt. Okay. I'd really like this to finish before that. Let's not have you come... Actually, if you want to go charging off to the south and get yourself killed, who am I to argue? Is this sponsored? Nope. This is just me playing. Oh, we also need to go and conquer these, don't we? How are you doing for food? You're fine. Plus what we can do is detach the supply train and have them get some more. You're about to lose your army, aren't you? Well, that's a shame, isn't it, Mr. Too Powerful for the Realm? Oh dear, you seem to have lost some popularity. That's a terrible shame there. That's 2 battles you've lost. 2! We could try and assassinate him. We could pay off his loyal cohorts, so he has no troops. You know what? I'm going to smear his reputation. Drop his popularity even further. Make him just completely toothless. The sacking of Grumentium. Barbatus has led his men to a glorious victory during the siege of Grumentum. The enemy flee in disgrace, and all that is left to decide is how to treat the residents. So... let the looting be gentle. We gain a little bit of money. The Cornelli family gains prestige. Barbatus gains money. Let him roam freely. And we lose 2 tribesmen. Or let none hide. 7 people... no. 3 cohorts become loyal. 4 people die. Gentle or freely? I mean, I would kind of like this guy to get a bit more money so he can get a bit more of a power base. Huzzah! So let the men roam freely. Okay, then this army is going to march on Consentia. Well, actually, we probably do need to go and defeat that army first. Then we'll move on Consentia. And his loyalty is recovered again. Because his balance of power has shifted because he's now wealthier. Oh, they abandoned the siege. Claudius Crassus has died. That's not Corvus. No, Claudius Corvus. Researcher and rival of the co-consul of Rome. Okay. Researcher, that means I need to take a look at my technology and then bring somebody else in. So, Publius Sulficus Saverio is only 28. He has a level 9 martial. Also a level 9 charisma. This guy has a good future ahead of him. He's not a member of any of the great families. Now, how are the families doing? All of you are just fine. The Reds are actually being favoured at the moment. Which is these guys. Even though he's grateful, he's still super disloyal. So the blues could do with some power. Barbatus has actually managed to build himself up a fair decent power base now. Let's see if there's any blues available of a decent skill. There's green. Oh, there's a blue. Paulus. He is righteous, so corruption goes down, traction as air goes up. He's a Bonai or a traditionalist, and he is brave. Unfortunately, we can't manually pick commanders because they're not legions. So I think what we are going to do is bring that guy in as a researcher. Oops. There we go. Okay, battle will be joined. Now the other thing which I'm tempted to do is reduce the size of our flanks to just 2. Because we've only got 5 cavalry anyway. So if this brings in more of our frontline troops, then that's really good for us. And I do think we're actually doing more damage like this because we are really good with our light and heavy infantry. And there we go, another glorious victory for Barbaratus. Even though they have a better general than us, apparently. You know what, stay? I'm just waiting for us to get a bit more of our food supply back. They may actually decide to try and re-siege their capital. CPM coming in with a 16-month resubscription. Thank you very much for that. Ave, true to Mac Viking. No, wait, that's a different Paradox game. Oh well. Ad Victoriam. Wait, that's another game too. These Romans are crazy. Would that work? These Romans are crazy. And yeah, thank you very much for the ongoing support, CPM. Really do appreciate that. Thank you. And Ed Monix, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Right, this army, are you ready to move again? Because you could go and try and fight them now. Stack wipe. Military tradition. Here we go. So we can get... Roman or Italic tribes. Light infantry defense, fort defense, infrastructure, siege ability, or heavy infantry offense. I think we're going to go with the Principes. Veteran warriors all. The wealthy Principes sported heavy armour and fought in tight-knit manibles, making excellent line troops. Now, does that lock me out of this? No. So I can actually get the traditions from both of these. Okay, that's kind of cool. I kind of wish that the ones that were available, like, self-sorted to the top or something. Because these locks are a little hard to see. Like on here, you can barely see it. On here, that one's pretty obvious. Okay. You can borrow food from the enemy if you just take on fortified provinces. Ah, okay. You just take random province number 3. Oh, your loyalty's just dropped again. Fine. Temple of Jupiter Optimus Maximus attracts traveller. The sheer grandeur of the Temple of Jupiter Optimus Maximus attracts travellers from all over the region. It is not uncommon that they vacation to the area, and that the large numbers use this as their destination to revel in the glory of our wonder. We will not let our divine monument be tainted by foreigners. We become xenophobic. There must be a monetary gain to this type of exposure. Barbatus becomes more popular, but we lose stability and we gain some money. Or our wonder is meant for the people. They are free to come. We gain tyranny and gain manpower. Well, there's no way that I think that 500 manpower is worth 5 tyranny. That's going to take a long time to pay off. And I don't think I really want the local population happiness, so I think we're going to say monetary gain. Lose 5 stability, but we're building stability up, so that's not really a problem. Civil war is ticking in again because this guy is still ticked off with us. It is indeed just good business. Anyway, happier question. Generally feeling is this update an improvement for Imperator Rome? I'm liking it so far. Like the levy system is enlightened. It's a great idea, great concept, and I think it fits this time period well, especially as you kind of transition into the legions. I mean, they basically have just lifted the levies and retinues from CK2 and put them in here, but it works. It works really well. And I like that it's like determined by your culture rather than what buildings you've built. Oratory advances, console level 3. We have gained civilization. Our administration expanded enough to implement 1 free innovation. So, if we go to technology, which is here, we then go to the innovations, which are... Right, you have to click on the different advances. So due process would be popularity. I don't think we necessarily need popularity. Integrated culture happiness, unintegrated happiness, loyalty, food. Yeah, I don't think that the religious ones are going to be particularly useful. Aggressive expansion. We could potentially do with that, but I don't think anyone's really going to be too miffed about the fact that, you know, we expand pretty aggressively. Loyalty of characters could be good. Legal patronage. And also changing governor policy cost. That is something I feel like I'm going to be doing a lot. It's going to be one of the main drains to my political influence. So I'm thinking maybe legal patronage. Overseers is slave output, tribesman output. Freeman output would be more manpower. National tax is just more money, but we haven't really been struggling for cash. Build cost reduction is always nice. Or martial advances. Another 5% discipline and a legion. And we can also do active drill. Oh no, sorry, it has active drill. It requires that. I'm tempted by the legion. The ocean helmets is more discipline, which could be good. I feel we're still a little bit early for legions. If you go the legion, just don't lose the eagle or it will flog you. Yeah, I mean, I'm still doing pretty well with the levies. I don't think I'm particularly missing legions. I think I'm going to go with the character loyalty, because that is something we have been struggling with. Which was a civics thing? No, it was oratory. I thought so. Yeah, legal patronage. I think I'm going to go with legal patronage. Especially as this was actually an oratory technology that just went up as well. A system of legal sponsorship will establish a means of hierarchy within the echelons of our realm. Do legions also stop hops from working like levies? Don't know. What's the biggest improvement to this patch? Levies and legions, I would say. The Counts of Neapolis have taken it upon themselves to free a sizable quantity of privately owned slaves. We could intervene if we think it's best. Letting slaves get too comfortable could have repercussions. For freedom! So we gain 2 freemen in Neapolis. Or we get more money. For this one, I think that actually freeing the slaves is not a bad idea. We have a decent amount of cash, and slaves mostly produce tax income. And Neapolis is in the Capua region, which is our manpower hub. Manpower is freemen. So we're going to free them and let them serve in the army instead. You are now completely free to serve me. And then we can build another something something. Tempted to just go for another library. We'll just keep on drumming up the research. Lots of nobles, lots of citizens equals lots of tech. Let's just get another library here. Works for me. And what's the population density like? 65 of 70. So we probably want to add another aqueduct or something. Civic advances. Population capacity goes up, because we got that. And we got another innovation. So let's take another look at technologies. And this one was civics. That's another free province investment. I think I'm going to go with the build cost reduction. Pythagorean mathematics sounds good to me. Although Etruscan pottery leads to pilum and scutum, which is more heavy infantry and light infantry attack and defense. That's also good, because those troops we have a lot of. Now let's go for the build cost. The ancient Greek Pythagoras was a mathematician and philosopher of legendary repute. Embracing the practical aspects of his theories will have numerous scientific applications. And the other thing to bear in mind is, with all these build slots, one thing that we have really good for us is these build slots also contribute to civilization levels. More civilization level, more population growth. Go for another port there. I mean, the other thing we could do in Neapolis is another training ground here. We can just afford it. Done. Are you about to lose your army again? Because I would laugh so hard. The sacking of Consentia. Let the men roam freely. I'll just choose that one again. Okay, next. We need to take this fort. How are we doing for food? We are fine. Are you seriously coming to attack me? Because that seems silly. Yep. And it was silly. Do markets make a lot of money? I mean, they can do if you have a big focus on commerce, which we don't. "79 years old. A Roman who is 79. Come on! We do seem to have lost 6,000 manpower during this conflict. That guy's going to be Rome's first centurion. Yeah, apparently. Military advances. There we go. Let's see what martial advances we can do. I mean, actually, potentially the best martial advance we could do would be the one that improves the strength of our... what's the pottery? Etruscan pottery, so we can get the pilum and the scutum. Which also leads to even more discipline. You know what? I like that idea. Etruscan pottery originated by copying Greek imports and was widely traded to neighbouring cultures and greatly influenced Roman pottery and art. Done. Just waiting for the disloyal guy to get cocky and walk into a fight he can't win. Oh, he's done that several times already. Spurius Junius just died. He was the blue leader. It's not him. Alright, where's characters? You are the new leader. And you are also very loyal. So it really is just him who's the problem. Power base and country minus 46. Revoke some of his holdings. Oh, he's losing a lot of money at the moment because he's sponsoring some games, but he's also incredibly wealthy. And we are indeed looting food. He may actually finish that siege before too long, which would be annoying. Looks like your sieges are going faster than mine. Meanwhile, the Eritreans grow stronger and stronger. Civil war in 8 months. We need this to finish soon. We've actually caught them. So my sieges are very slightly quicker. I'd really like you to go and attack him, please. Lift the siege! Save the city! Those roads. Yeah, we start with the roads, though. We haven't actually built any of our own. And there it is! We won the siege! So, if we went to you, sue for peace, I doubt that we can take everything.